Hello everyone. In this session, I would like to discuss about what is instance methods, static methods, and class methods in Python. So, what is instance method means? The instance methods, these all methods, not only instance, these all methods we are going to keep inside the class. So, if we create a class, A, the method syntax is common for all. This is the method syntax. For example, this is my method. This is my method. Now, this method should act like an instance method sometimes based on your requirement. This method should act like a static method. This method only should act like a class method. So, how we can say this method is like an instance or static or class means any method get the first argument is like a current object itself. Any method, if you hold my current object like a first argument, that type of methods we can say like a instance methods. Inside the instance methods, you can perform operation on instance variables as well as static variables also. Instance variables as well as static variables also. Now, if you want to create the method which should be act like a static method, which should be act like a static method. Now, how we can means static method which is not having the current object itself. If you want to make this method like a static method, okay, by using the decorator called as @static method. @static method is the decorator. If you write the decorator static method for any method, that method which is not having the current object self, that method which is not having current object self, that type of methods we can say like a static methods. Inside the static methods, we can use only static variables. Already I said what is the static variable in the last video. So that only static variables we can keep here. Only static variables we can keep here. That means only static variables we can access here, not instance variables. So because self is not available. The next one, I have one more method is there. That method should act like a class method. That act like a class method. If you want to make that method like a class method, we have one more decorator called as a class method is the decorator. This method, if you want to make it, if you want to act like a class method, the first argument is gives like a class, not an object. See here, the first argument is like a class object. The first argument is like a class object. Which object that is? Okay, self. Okay, it's like a object of which class, player class or not. It's an object of player class. Now here it's not getting like an object. Okay, it gives me like a class or not. It gives me like a class. Directly it gives me like a class. If you have a class, by using the class, we can access your static variables. By using the class, we can access the static variables. So how can declare the static method inside the class means by using @static method decorator. How we can declare a class method inside the class means @class method. How we can declare the instance method inside the class means okay, the method which is having the variable which is having the argument called as a self that type of methods we can say like a instance methods. So programmatically how we can access the instance methods, how we can access the static methods, how we can access the class methods, we'll see. Let me open Visual Studio Code. Right, types of methods. Okay, you can put name, that's not an issue. Okay, write one class player. Inside this, you can create one method, get name. Create one instance variable, one static variable. Name is like a Sachin, it's like a static variable. Instance variables always we can declare inside a constructor. Here you can declare self dot. You can say this is like a first name. Okay, here you can say like a last name. If you want to get the name, you can write like a self. If you create a method with the self or a current class as an argument, that type of methods we can say like what? Instance methods. Instance methods instance method can access your static variables by using class name as well as your instance variable also by using instance object of your method. Okay, what is my instance object? Self is my instance object. Self dot, what is that? Last name or not. Done. Now come here. Obj equals to object equals to new, object equals to player. The next one is like object dot get name. Now come here, py player py. What is that name? Type method. See this Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar. This is the way we can access the instance method. Okay, in this instance method we can access the static variables as well as instance variables also. Now the same thing can I use like a static method? Can I convert like a static method? Static method. Okay, if you write like this, my static method should not contains this self. It should not. Done. Now come here. Then I access. Again, see this self is not defined. Self is not there. Self is not there is nothing but what we are not able to access your instance variables or not. So that here we can access only the class variables only. That means static variables only. Now see, you can access it or not. Static methods we can access it or not. Static methods we can access by using an object, by using a class name also, yes or no. Inside the static method we can access only static members. Why? Because self is not there. Now can we convert into a class method? Yeah. Now my class method gives me what? Class name. Okay, first argument is like a class name. So can we call it? Now say this, it gives me the Sachin or not. Now my class methods we are not able to access. We are not able to. Okay, we can access the class methods by using object also. Inside this one, we are not able to access any self. Self is nothing but what? Okay, instance variables or not. We are not able to access the instance variables. This class name try to access here also. Now see this. That means directly you can use like a player or my first argument it gives me like a class name only or not. This is the way my class methods are going to work. Static methods and class methods. Inside my static and class methods, we are not able to access the instance variables. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching.